What is up, guys, and welcome back to another league racing video. This is round 5 of SKG Racing League, season 5. We are here at Paul Ricard in France. This is of course a track that is not on the Formula 1 calendar this year, as the contract ended last year. I don't mind that it's not
hoping I
on
don't
the
spin
calendar,
on my run, because
I'm very neutral when it comes to Paul Ricard. I don't dislike it, but I also don't have anything I particularly like about this track. So it's not a big loss to me. But as we come out onto the track for our first run in qualifying, the radar shows no rain, but will be cloudy during the race. And believe it or not, I actually got to practice a fair bit around here at this track this week.
thank you for the follow panels.
Nothing to compete with like Boosie, who's just dominating this championship. But enough to have a good chance at points, as we still haven't scored any points in this league. It was quite difficult for me to find a setup that I actually like around here, as it requires low downforce for the long straights, but it also has a few low speed corners where you need the higher downforce setup. But I think I found a good balance between the two. This is also the last race that I used number 52, as I switch to number 62, as I have to wait for number 9 to be available in next year's game. But as I said earlier, I still haven't scored any points in this league, as I did not start in round 1 at Spain due to connection issues. Then I DNF'd in round 2 at Brazil, and then I proceeded to miss round 3 at Austin, in round 4 at Silverstone. So we really need to get our act together here in France so we can finish the last 4 races of the season strong, as we go to Australia, Austria, and Saudi Arabia after this. Those are all tracks that I like to drive, and I believe I have good pace around those tracks. So I'm hoping to finish out the season very strong. On the start of our hot lap, we got good speed going down the start-finish straight. Out of turn 2, we have a moment as we save the car, but scrub a lot of speed, making this lap more or less already dead. But I decided to keep going because I just had to pee so bad and wanted to at least have a benchmark lap. There isn't really much else to say about the rest of this lap, so go ahead and enjoy.
Yeah, this lap's not very great.
When we come across the line, it's a 133.542.
That's fine.
Very poor lap. But like I said, I just had to go to the bathroom so bad. Here we are on our second flying lap, and we're almost 1.5 seconds up going into the final turn. But we locked the rears, causing us to run wide.
I kind of fucked up right there at the end.
And only improved by 9/10.
It's a great day for racing here at Le Castellet, and the drivers are making their final preparations on the grid. Let's hope for a thrilling contest then, here at the French Grand Prix. Mastering a lap of Paul Ricard means getting to those 15 corners. 6 go to the left and 9 go to the right, for an overall lap distance of 3.6 miles. The two halves of the long Mistral straight are separated by a heavy braking zone into a potential overtaking hotspot at the chicane. And watch out for drivers running onto the distinctive coloured stripes, which are low in grip and highly abrasive.
Here's today's starting grid. Champion starts on pole position with Boosty alongside. As we look at the rest of the grid, we have Boise and Darkana on the second row, with Vilvin and Show behind. ZD and 20s. Big Boy Billy and Iron Mantle round out the top 10. Fox and Grey Mav, with Recchio and Nobody finishing off the grid. Here are the tire selections that the drivers have, with Pirelli bringing out the C4, C3, and C2 compounds. The strategy we are going for here today is pretty standard. We start on the hard compound and switch to a set of medium tires. We have underfueled the car slightly with 26.6 laps of fuel. As we park up, we overshoot the grid box and are reset, so not ideal. As we go to 5 red lights, lights out here in France, and we're underway. We lose one spot off the start to the McLaren of Grey Mav, but that's fine as we go into turn 1. We are side by side with him. We are side by side with him, and we go 3 wide with Boosty trying to get in on this battle. As we go into the quick right, into the sweeping left, Boosty makes a double overtake, and Grey slams into us, pushing us off track.
We're in a McLaren sandwich.
Into turn 8 and 9, we outbrake ourselves going straight on, but luckily we don't lose a spot as we rejoin behind Grey. But we lose a bunch of time to him. Up the hill, we just have to give the spot to Iron and Recchio.
I'm gonna give them the spots.
We decide to save our ears to fight another day. Going into Blowsit, we are on the inside of Recchio, and he closes the door, forcing us off track, just like his teammate did half a lap earlier. Lap 5 now, and this was short, so you should know what happens. Recchio brake checks us, causing us to tap his rear wing and spin him around, which ended up giving me a 3-second penalty and 3 penalty points added to my super license in this league. 10 laps of driving by ourselves, we finally pit for a new set of medium tires.
Staying out another lap might have helped with an overcut, but I'd rather play the safe strat.
And with a 2.2 second stop, we rejoin the track 5 seconds behind our teammate ahead. Lap 19, I've still been all alone in this race. I've been it all on my own, and turning to get back on track, we just
And I just gave myself
decided to bash into the wall, giving us front wing damage and losing the 10th spot to Recchio.
I mean, I guess I could be called Mr. Consistent. Fucking 11th place 3 races in a row. Not where I want to be consistent, but
Only a few laps later, however, on lap 21, and Billy is out of the session, causing a safety car to be deployed. This is great news for us, as we could pit for a new front wing and a fresh set of medium tires. Here we go on the race start, and Xiao, our teammate, who is disconnected from the session, is in front of us as a ghost, so we won't have any trouble passing him. But into turn 1 we go, and the Williams of ZD went wide. A huge mistake from him, but as the two McLarens touch, and Recchio was spun round. This promotes us all the way up to 9th position. As we were about to start the last lap of this race, ZD spins out ahead of us, and we take avoiding action as to not hit him before he starts ghosting. We activate DRS on the start-finish straight to start the last lap with just a little over 10% ERS, draining our battery to try and keep within 3 seconds of iron at the finish in 1 lap's time. We are a little slow through turn 1, but we use what remaining ERS we have going into the hotel section. We still need to gain 6/10 on iron to get that 6th place. But we get major understeer coming out of camp. But then we get a good run out of Mistral onto the long straight. We use what small amount of battery we have recovered, but we still need to gain half a second as we go into sector 2. But we take too much curb, exceeding track limits.
no shot, dude. Fuck. Took just too much curb.
And I say I will try and get the track limits appealed. But when I looked back over the footage, I deserved it as I crossed over the white line with all 4 tires.
I'm definitely going to try and get that appealed.
But we do come across the line in 7th, but with Gray Mav's 9-second penalty, we end in 6th position.
But it looks like it's going to be a 6th place finish for us.
This is the championship standings after France. Red Bull is leading the constructors with 85 points to Haas with 48 points. We're not too far behind Williams, however, with only 7 points separating us going into Australia. Looking over at the Drivers' Championship now, Boosty has a 38-point gap to Taimon, both of which are reserve drivers in Tier 2. But as we look a little further down the standings, we are tied with both Williams drivers as well as Touch with 8 points. But that's going to do it for this video. So until next time, take it easy. If it's easy, take it twice.